In this video, I'm going to be going over our WaterFed setup and how we have our tanks in the bed of our trucks. My name is Ian with Mint Cleaning, and for the past 7 years, we've been scaling Mint from $0 to $2 million in revenue. With 10 plus technicians and 10 trucks, my job here at Mint is to make sure that everything is running as efficient as possible on the service side. So today we're going to be going over our WaterFed Pole system. This system makes our technicians really fast. They're able to do $125 in revenue per hour, which then translates to them being able to do $1,500 a day. We're going to be going through a lot of equipment today, the exacts of what we use. So all of the links of the stuff that we use will be in the description below. But yeah, let's get after it. So first things first, this is our water filtration system. This is deionized water. We do have it stationary in our warehouse. We do not use the mobile units that a lot of window cleaners use. So this is just hooked up to our spigot that's in the warehouse, and then it runs through these filters, and then out of this hose reel. And then you'll see later on, I'll explain how it's set up in the truck. But we take this hose and then we use this water to fill up the water tanks that are in the trucks. This is a subscription type based setup that we have. This company that we use is called Colligan Water. They come out once a month and replace these tanks for us so that the filters stay new and fresh, so our water is always reading at a 0 TDS. The initial cost of this setup is around $800, and then we're around like $300 to $350 a month for them to come and replace these. That includes like the rental, because we are technically renting these from them, and that also includes the tank swap outs. So that's pretty much it here in the warehouse as far as our WaterFed system goes. Now let's go out in the field. I'll show you our truck bed setup and how we've made it super efficient. All right. Just a quick bed overview of our setup. As you can see, it's really simple. This is our window cleaning only truck, so we only need to worry about getting the windows clean and other little things. So we really have simplified it. Starting at the back of the bed, we have our 60-gallon water tank with our delivery pump. 60 gallons, we found that it usually gets us around 4 to 5 houses a day because we don't clean everything with the WaterFed Pole. Usually just the second story windows, hard to reach windows, everything else we're doing by hand. So this 60 gallons actually goes a long way when we do it like that. Delivery pump, it's a Tucker delivery pump, really nice, super reliable. These things rip. As far as the connections go, we have the hose into the tank that is pulling the water into the pump. And then we have a hose coming out of the pump going into our hose reel. And this is, this holds 300 feet of our 3/8 inch hose. And then this hose connects into the WaterFed pole, the extension pole with the brush and all that good stuff on it. Here we have just a bucket of just chemicals. So we have hard water removal, screen cleaner, the good old Dawn dish soap. So this just holds all of our chemicals, super nice and clean. Like to keep them in the back of the truck in case they were to tip over or something. It's in the back and not in the cab. Easier to clean. And then this is just a bucket of water and Dawn. So just for hand cleaning, just keep this full of water. Another really nice thing about this setup is that you have water no matter where you are. Say we go do a commercial job, we have to use the WaterFed, like we have water in the truck. If there's not a spigot or anything, we're good because we have 60 gallons. If we ever need to fill up our bucket for traditional cleaning, we can just use the hose reel that comes from the tank and to fill that up. So it's really nice and convenient having water on the go. You don't have to stress about water pressure or even finding a water spigot alone. So wiring specifically with this pump, we do wire it to the car battery. So I spliced in a fuse on this that protects the pump. Since it is wired to the battery, sometimes there will be power surges, so that fuse protects the pump. So rather than the pump blowing out, the fuse will blow out. And again, these pumps are pretty expensive, so I'd rather a little fuse blow out than the pump. But super simple to wire these up. You just splice them together with these shrink wraps, you know, black to black, red to red, and then I also added in a switch here. So this is an on and off switch, totally waterproof, weatherproof, which is really nice. So when the guys are using it, obviously they turn it on, and then when they're not using it, just turn it off. In the Maverick specifically, it is wired through the tailgate, which is really nice because the Mavericks kind of come pre-wired. They have like a little outlet right here that we found a converter piece to plug into. So it's then that's connected straight to the battery. Pretty easy, simple setup. Highly recommend getting a fuse to put in your pump line to protect your pump so that the fuse blows out instead of your pump. So yeah, this is our 60-gallon tank. So we just got this online and then we just ratchet strapped it in, and then we use a Tucker delivery pump. This is a 1.4 gallons per minute at 90 PSI. It does have a auto pressure switch, which is really nice, that we're gonna go over next. So when you turn the water off, the pump builds up pressure and the pump shuts off. And then when you open the flow again, the pump runs again. So it's really nice. It helps preserve the pump, preserve the life of it. But yeah, we just have, so super simple here. We just have quick connects that connect everything, all of our hoses to the pump. Quick connect coming out, and then this quick connect going into our hose reel. Yeah, super simple. We got all of this done at a local supplier. It's called Hose and Rubber Supply here in Utah. So I recommend finding something like that in your location, depending on where you're at, and they can help you out with all your fittings and make sure you have the correct hose size based on what pump you're using, different things like that. So since this is a Maverick, there's not a lot of bed space, especially with the tank that takes up like half of the Maverick's bed. So we did get ladder racks to throw our ladder and step ladder on, strapped in there with the ratchet strap. That's just really easy and simple to use. Same thing with the tank though too. There's other ways to do it for sure, but we found the easiest is just ratchet strap it in case something does happen to the truck. Also, all this stuff is really easy to pull out and put into another truck. So eventually we're gonna build like a skid with all of this built onto it. For now, this is the best that we figured out, and it's really efficient, really fast for the technicians. They know where everything is. So that's basically the truck setup. Super simple, efficient. Now let's go to the back and I'll show you the pole setup. So this is our connection piece that we plug the WaterFed into. We just simply put a quick connect on it. This controls the water flow also. So if I just turn this, the water starts flowing, and I can turn it off too. So when you unplug the WaterFed, it's good to have a valve here to preserve water, to save water. Again, you only have 60 gallons of it, so save as much water as you can. And then this hose is the end of the hose that comes out of the Waterfed pole. So this is just a quick connect that just connects into here, and then turn the water on there. But this is our Waterfed pole. We use the micro minis, 30 foots. They're super nice. They're really compact and small. They fit really well in the Mavericks, which are a really small truck. They're really durable. They can reach up to 3 stories. What's cool about this is that we do have what's called a Univalve inside of the pole. If I pull this pole out, we have this, and this is a Univalve. So the way it works is that if I pull on this bottom hose, the water is going to start flowing like that. And then if I pull again, the water stops. Again, it's for water preservation because you only have 60 gallons of it. So you feed it through the bottom, and then it spits out the top. And then with your brush head, there's a hole on the bottom of it. You stick it through there, and then it pops out. And then you put your brush head into the pole, and then we like to just like loop it around so that when you do pull the Univalve, it doesn't pull the hose out of the brush head. And then yeah, you're ready to rip. So once I pull this bottom, the water turns on, and then I pull it again and the water turns off. Little pro tip with the WaterFed pole: if you are going to feed this hose through the pole, make sure that the hose is long enough so that when the pole is fully extended, you still have some extra sticking out, so you can still turn that Univalve on and off. You don't want the quick connect to be going through in the hose, because it'll get disconnected and it'll just be a mess. So make sure you allow yourself extra hose. If you are, you're going to feed it through the pole. I can take care of that for another $150 if you want to do both of those. So let's see, 70 plus so 150.
Little bundle deal. Yeah. Is that $220?
If you want to go ahead and do both of them, I can do both of them for $175. Little bundle deal for an upsell. Got the screen upsell, 70 bucks. She said yes to that, no to hard water, but $70 for the screens.
70, that's right, yeah.
Let's get those knocked out. And that's it for our WaterFed Pole setup, from how we purify our water to how we fill up our tanks, the truck setup, and then how we actually fulfill on the jobs while cleaning with the WaterFed Pole. So we've tried a lot of different systems trying to make our technicians as efficient and fast as possible. We've tried the mobile cart setup, and that honestly was taking probably 5 to 10 minutes per job to set up, and over 4 jobs, that adds up really quick. So we figured if we were able to cut that out, then we were able to maybe fit another job, do extra revenue. And that's how we came up with this. So that's why our technicians are able to do $125 in revenue per hour, is because of this setup. And if you guys want to see more systems that we do on the business side and on the technician side, go ahead and click this link. It's to our community. We take other window cleaners from $0 to $20,000 a month. Also, just a reminder, all of the links to all of our equipment will be in the description below. So go ahead and click on those and you'll find exactly what we use. So yeah, that's a wrap. Let us know if you guys like this video. Comment below if you guys want to see more educational videos like this to help you and your company out. And we'll see you on the next one.